In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 NBA games for October 25th, 2025, and I'll break them all down with free winning picks so you can bet smarter and win bigger. But first, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get our picks the second they drop, because when the lines move, the early birds cash in. And if you want the full winning sport picks experience, head over to wspicks.com and check out our VIP packages, or grab a free consultation with one of our professional sports consultants for the sharpest edge you'll find anywhere. That's where the real plays live. We are your bookmaker's worst nightmare. These are the games we're hammering, the ones the books can't afford you to bet. This is Winning Sport Picks. The free picks are about to drop, and they're coming in hot. Let's start with Chicago versus Orlando. Orlando laying -6 tells you books are already buying into them as the more stable side, and Chicago catching +6.5 is where the value starts to creep in. Early season NBA dogs in that +5 to +7 range tend to hang around because rotations are still loose and teams don't fully tighten their half-court defense yet. Orlando's money line at -235 shows confidence, but the number is really built on perception, not margin. With the total around 233.5, the book is pricing in pace, but totals in the low 200s this early tend to slide under when one side prefers physicality over track meet. This is the kind of matchup where the public takes offense, the pros look at composure. Chicago plus the number is live because you're not betting greatness, you're betting stubbornness. Now, Oklahoma City versus Atlanta. Oklahoma City laying -6 on the road is loud. That's a respect number. Anytime you see a road favorite of 6 this early in the schedule, you know the market's basically saying this team travels. Atlanta catching +6.5 at home is going to pull public dog money because casuals see good team getting points at home, but that's not always sharp. The total at 235.5 tells you books expect tempo, but totals in the mid-200s tied to a 2-possession spread usually come down to fourth quarter pace control. Oklahoma City wants to dictate flow. Atlanta wants chaos. Historically, when that clash happens, unders around this range sneak in because the final 5 minutes slow to half-court, whistle-heavy possessions. This sets up as a game where Oklahoma City can suffocate late and Atlanta chases. That favors the favorite and the under. Charlotte versus Philadelphia is next, and this number is classic. Philly laying -4.5 at home, with Charlotte catching +5 means the books are trying to anchor the spread under 6 so you don't auto-fire the dog, but they're still giving Philly enough respect to draw parlay money on the money line at around -190. That's how they balance liability. The total sits at 236.5, and that's inflated. Early in the year, when you've got a moderate spread and a high total, sharp bettors lean under. Why? Because the favorite wants this controlled. Charlotte's value is always in making games choppy and weird, but Philly's win condition is to slow the game down, execute, and force the Hornets to work in the half court. That script kills pace. Parlay chasers will hammer Philly money line and over. The sharper construction is Philly control, lower total than expected. Indiana versus Memphis. This is where the number really talks. Memphis at home laying basically a bucket. Indiana +1.5. Total sitting around 237.5. What that says is the books think this is a coin flip with tempo. High total, tiny spread. That's the classic blueprint for volatility, and volatility almost always helps the dog. Indiana fits that profile here. Games lined like this tend to produce swings, and in swing games, possession discipline and second chance work are what cash tickets, not just pure shot making. When spreads sit under 2 and totals sit north of 235, historical cover rates lean toward the dog and lean toward the under, sneaking in late because desperation possessions get ugly, not efficient. Public bettors love overs when Memphis is involved. Sharps quietly lean the other way in this setup. And we finish with Phoenix versus Denver. Denver laying -13 is a statement. Double-digit favorites in October are rare, unless the market thinks there's a physical mismatch. Phoenix catching +13.5 is automatic value territory for disciplined bettors. You don't need Phoenix to win, you just need them to refuse to die. Big NBA spreads this early in the season are fragile because rotations are still wide and benches actually play. That creates long windows for the dog to cover without ever threatening the result. Totals sitting at 2 233.5. And here's the trap. People see Denver at home and immediately go over, but giant home favorites tied to a total in the low 200s and 30s quietly trend under, because if Denver controls like the spread says, the second half turns into clock management, not fireworks. So you fade emotion and lean construction. Inflated spread means dog, inflated total means under. Now listen to me, those are the free picks, but the one game I am unloading on tonight, the game that's going to crush your bookie's soul, that's the VIP play of the day at WSPicks.com. This is the nuke, the hammer, the max bet, the one play I've circled, the game that will bury your bookmaker 6 feet under. When it hits, and it will, your bookie is going to need a doctor, a lawyer, and maybe even a priest. If you want to ride with me on the biggest bet of the day, get to WSPicks.com right now. Let's run it back. We're rolling with Chicago plus 6.5 and under 233.5, Oklahoma City minus 6 and under 235.5, Philadelphia minus 4.5 and under 236.5, Indiana plus 1.5 and under 237.5, and Phoenix plus 13.5 and under 233.5. 5 sharp reads built on pace control, fourth quarter behavior, and public bias. This is how you attack an NBA slate: disciplined, calculated, and ruthless. This is Winning Sport Picks, where we don't just bet, we bury bookmakers. Smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and hammer that like button like you're hammering your bookie into the dirt. We're cashing, we're dominating, and tonight we're dancing on the grave of your bookmaker. Let's go!